OceanGate submarine that imploded while looking for the Titanic. Beneath the icy waves of the North Atlantic lies one of history's most infamous shipwrecks, the Titanic. But in 2023, another tragedy unfolded in those same dark depths. A state-of-the-art submarine, carrying 5 explorers, vanished without a trace. Days later, the world received a chilling confirmation. The OceanGate Titan submersible had imploded, killing everyone on board. What went wrong? Was this disaster preventable? And what does this mean for the future of deep-sea exploration? The story of the Titanic has fascinated the world for over a century. But in June 2023, the wreckage claimed 5 more lives not from a sinking ship, but from a catastrophic failure of modern technology. OceanGate's Titan submersible was designed to take wealthy adventurers 12,500 feet below the ocean's surface to witness the Titanic's remains. Instead, it became a death trap. This wasn't just a tragic accident, it was a disaster shrouded in warnings, ignored safety concerns, and a controversial CEO who believed rules were meant to be broken. Today, we'll uncover the full story behind the Titan's doomed final dive, the desperate search mission that gripped the world, and the haunting lessons left behind. OceanGate Expeditions, the private company behind the submersible, had already made headlines for offering underwater trips to the Titanic for a ticket price of $250,000 per person. Despite warnings from experts, questions about safety protocols, and an unconventional design approach, the Titan continued to operate. In this video, we'll explore the full timeline of the OceanGate Titan disaster, the technology behind the submersible, the people involved, the warnings that were ignored, and what this tragedy teaches us about the risks of deep-sea exploration. Number 1. OceanGate and the Titan submersible. OceanGate Incorporated was founded in 2009 by Stockton Rush, a businessman and pilot with a fascination for the ocean. Rush had a vision to democratize deep-sea exploration by building accessible submersibles for both research and tourism. The Titan, OceanGate's flagship submersible, was designed to take people to the depths of the ocean like never before. Unlike most deep-sea submersibles that are built with metal, usually titanium, the Titan used a carbon fiber composite for its cylindrical hull. This design made it lighter and cheaper, but also sparked serious concerns among engineers and experts. Carbon fiber behaves differently under pressure compared to traditional materials, and its long-term resilience at extreme depths had not been thoroughly tested. The Titan was about 22 feet long, could carry 5 people, and boasted cutting-edge monitoring systems. But it also had some unconventional features: a video game controller for navigation and internally bolted exits, meaning it could only be opened from the outside. These details quickly became topics of debate following the tragedy. Number 2. The mission. June 2023. On June 18, 2023, the Titan descended into the North Atlantic to visit the wreck of the Titanic, about 380 nautical miles off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. On board were 5 individuals: Stockton Rush, CEO of OceanGate and pilot of the submersible; Hamish Harding, a British billionaire adventurer; Shahzada Dawood, a prominent Pakistani businessman; Suleiman Dawood, his 19-year-old son; Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a French deep-sea explorer and Titanic expert. The dive began like any other OceanGate mission. Communication with the surface was maintained through text messages sent every 15 minutes. But about 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive, the Titan stopped responding. The last communication was received at approximately 11:45 a.m. local time. By 6 p.m., the Titan was reported overdue. Number 3. The search and global attention. As hours turned into days, the disappearance of the Titan triggered a massive international search and rescue effort. The U.S. Coast Guard, Canadian authorities, and private vessels joined forces. Sonar buoys were deployed. Planes scanned the ocean surface. Ships used advanced underwater detection tools to look for signs of the submersible. The media followed the story 24/7. Time was a critical factor. Oxygen supply on the Titan was limited to 96 hours, creating a tense countdown that captivated the world. Experts weighed in, offering theories ranging from power failure to entanglement in the Titanic wreck. On June 22, 2023, for days after contact was lost, debris from the Titan was found on the ocean floor near the bow of the Titanic. It was confirmed that the submersible had suffered a catastrophic implosion, likely just hours into its descent. All 5 passengers were declared dead. Number 4. What is a catastrophic implosion? To understand what happened to the Titan, it's crucial to understand the physics of deep-sea pressure. At the depth where the Titanic rests, around 12,500 feet, The pressure is roughly 380 times greater than at sea level. That's about 5,500 pounds per square inch. If a vessel fails structurally at that depth, water doesn't slowly seep in. It rushes in at supersonic speeds, crushing the structure instantly. This is what is meant by a catastrophic implosion. The Titan's hull, likely compromised due to material fatigue or design flaws, would have collapsed in milliseconds, leaving no chance for survival. Experts later noted that such an implosion would produce a distinctive acoustic signature. In fact, data from underwater listening devices used by the U.S. Navy had detected an acoustic anomaly on the day of the dive, at a time and location consistent with the Titan's last known position. Number 5. The warnings that were ignored. What shocked many in the engineering and marine science communities was how preventable this disaster may have been. Back in 2018, a group of experts, including deep-sea explorers and engineers, wrote a letter to OceanGate expressing concern over the Titan's design and lack of certification by recognized safety agencies such as the American Bureau of Shipping or DNV. OceanGate had chosen to operate outside traditional classification frameworks, arguing that innovation should not be constrained by outdated regulations. One former employee, David Lockridge, was fired after raising safety concerns in 2018. He warned that the carbon fiber hull showed signs of potential delamination and that there were inadequate safety protocols in place. Furthermore, OceanGate's own promotional material acknowledged that the Titan had not been classed by any official certification body. This is highly unusual in the industry, especially for manned dives at extreme depths. Number 6. The role of risk and innovation. Stockton Rush had always been vocal about pushing boundaries. In interviews, he often said that safety was a waste of time and that too much focus on risk management could stifle innovation. He wanted to make the ocean as accessible as outer space, but his approach raised ethical questions. When private companies venture into extreme environments with paying customers, where should the line be drawn? The Titan wasn't just an experimental vessel, it was carrying real people with families and futures. And while innovation often requires risk, this tragedy underscores that in certain environments, like the deep ocean, the margin for error is virtually non-existent. Number 7. What happens next? In the wake of the Titan implosion, authorities began investigations. The U.S. Coast Guard convened a Marine Board of Investigation, the highest level of inquiry for marine incidents. The goal is to determine not only the technical cause of the disaster, but also whether criminal negligence played a role. OceanGate suspended all exploration and commercial operations. Meanwhile, the broader deep-sea community began calling for stricter regulations for privately operated submersibles. There's a renewed focus on certification, oversight, and the responsibility of companies when dealing with life-threatening technology. This tragedy also served as a grim reminder of how little we still know about the deep ocean. While outer space exploration gets the bulk of attention and funding, the oceans, right here on Earth, remain more mysterious, more dangerous, and just as awe-inspiring. The story of the OceanGate Titan is as haunting as it is important. It was a bold attempt to explore the depths, to witness history firsthand, and to push the boundaries of human exploration. But it also became a cautionary tale about the dangers of cutting corners, the importance of engineering standards, and the sobering power of nature. For all our advancements, the ocean still holds secrets we are barely equipped to face. As we move forward, the legacy of the Titan and its passengers should remind us that human curiosity must always be balanced with responsibility and respect for the forces we cannot fully control. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to the channel. We explore untold stories, modern mysteries, and the science behind the headlines. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a deep dive like this one. Stay curious and stay safe.